Hello everybody, welcome to Gamble with Jimmy. Thank you so much for joining me. We are going to do another free tutorial today. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate that. Hope you're enjoying your Sunday. We are going to do the Crazy 7 system. Now, I do want to apologize for some of you guys who have purchased the Switch system. When I was doing the Switch system, I I accidentally showed the Crazy 7 instead of the Crazy 8 in the video. Now, it's really not a big deal. It doesn't affect anything regarding the Switch. It doesn't affect the strategy of the Switch or anything like that. It's just a different way to play. I had created the Crazy 7, but the Crazy 7 is not a part of the training. So in other words, is when you buy the training, you get 3 training videos and you get 3 strategies. The strategies that you get with the training is the Crazy 8, the Baccarat Press, and you get the Momentum strategy. You get all 3 of those included with the 3 training videos. You get the money management, all that kind of stuff. So I do apologize to you guys for that. It's like I said, it's no big deal. I just wanted to point out to you, some of you guys caught that and sent me an email saying, Jimmy, I thought that Crazy 8 does this. And I was like, you know what, you're right. What I showed was the Crazy 7. So you could use the Crazy 7 in your arsenal of tricks, okay? So today we are going to play the Crazy 7. It's a really good strategy. I actually really like the Crazy 7, but I will not be playing it the way that those that took the training will play it. They're playing it a lot more intelligently. They're using more of a math plan to do it, which I cannot disclose to you. But I can disclose to you to get the training at gamblewithjimmy.com. Okay, the Baccarat total package is what you're going to want to purchase. That's what gets the 3 training videos, the money management, the bet sizing. People tell me just the money management and bet sizing are worth the price of admission. So they always send me letters about how good the money management and the bet sizing is. Now you also get the 3 strategies that we talked about. This strategy over here is included with this package. This is the only one that's not. This is called the Baccarat Switch. This will help you on identifying when to switch strategies when it's not working on the board. Okay? All right, let's get down to business now. Appreciate you guys letting me show you that. That's what pays the bills for this channel. And I have wonderful, absolutely wonderful Baccarat viewers. Like, my Baccarat viewers are so loyal and they're so supportive of what I do with Baccarat. So I greatly appreciate that. All right, so anyway, let's go ahead and get started, guys. And we'll go ahead and play the Crazy 7. All right, so the way the Crazy 7 works is you're going to start with player. You only advance if you lose, okay? Now, I have shown you guys this before, but for those of you that missed out on that. Okay, so we lose. Every time that you lose, you will advance. So we will go to banker now. We're going $50. Okay, we're going to lose again. So now the first round is only 1 time on player and 1 time on banker. And you only advance if you lose. So every time that you win, it goes back to player and starts the system over. In this particular case, we lost again. So we played player, we lost. We played banker, we lost. Now we go back to player. In this second round, each one will go 2 times unless you win. When you win, what do? You reset the system and start over. Okay, so we've got to go, we're down 75. Okay, now could we bet 75? Sure. Could we bet 100? Sure. But I like to bet 125 here if I'm down 75. I want to have a risk versus a reward. I don't want to just have a risk. Okay, we're going to get that win. All right. So because we won, we restart the system, and we are up 50 now, and we go back to small bet sizing. Okay, we're going to get that win. Now, what do you do when you win on the system? You just repeat and go back to the beginning. You start all over. Same thing. So what's nice about the system is that you don't miss long runs. You see that, guys? You don't miss out on those long runs. You're going to win every single time. Okay, we're going to have a 9 there, and we're going to get that victory. Okay. Anybody going to anybody going to be any money people who watch me in South Korea? Send me a message because I'll be in South Korea in 3 weeks. Okay, so let's see here. We're going to lose there. So when we lose, we do go up and move to banker for the first time. So banker only gets one shot on the first round. So now it comes right back to player, and we're down 75. So I'm going to go back to that 125. Okay, we have a 2 and they have a 4. So that's another loss. So we're going to stay right here on player. And this time we're going to go 200 here. Okay, we're going to lose again. Okay, now we got to go to banker, and banker gets an opportunity. I'm just going to go 200 here for the first one. I don't want to go too crazy, guys. I like to get the money back with grinding. So what you'll see what I do. You can follow what I do here, okay? All right, so we won. So we're going to go back. Now we're only down $60, okay? So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to go up to 50 to start it off. So what I like to do is, matter of fact, I received an email today about what to do, you know, when you keep losing on your bet sizing, which shows in the training. He was somebody who took the training, so I had to, you know, remind him what to do. So you want to get it back in smaller stages, okay? You don't want to just keep pounding double, 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 double money, you know? All right, so now we're just going to go back to normal. Okay, and just like that, we're back into profit now. Okay, we're going to win. So once again, if you get on a winning streak, so your winning streak would always be on, have to be on player, which is great because there's no commission. You want your winning streaks to be on player. Okay, so we're going to lose there. Now, let's take a look at this board, all right? So what we have so far going on with this board, you have a lot of sides that you kind of have a mixture on this board. There is a lot of chops there, but you do have a lot of drops going on. I don't know if I would focus just on player being the only one that's going to drop, even though that's pretty much what the results have been so far. But I would feel comfortable playing a strategy. There's a couple strategies that come to mind here. A lot of you guys that took the training will be able to figure that out very easily. Okay? All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to change strategies for a brief moment in the session. This is where we're going to decide to make a move where we're going to have a risk, but we're looking for a reward. Okay? You don't have to do this. You do not have to do what I'm about to show you. You can continue to do and play the way that we're playing. However, I'm going to take a shot here. I'm going to take a shot on banker. Okay? Banker has only won 7 times out of, there's player won 15, banker's won 7. So we do have more of a player board, but let's take a shot at banker to win 1 out of the next 4. Okay? 1 out of the next 4. So let's go ahead and figure out, we want to start now with just $100. We're not going to go crazy. We want to just see if we can get the momentum going where we get in profits, okay? Okay, we got it. So we got the first win. So boom, we're at the 160, and that's all we needed to do. Sometimes it can be where you lose and then you lose and then you lose and then you win. So it's more stressful that way. But in this particular spot, we were fortunate to get the first win, and that can happen. Okay, so what are we going to go ahead and do here? Let's just go back to our system, because our system does favor player, and player is the one that's getting these long runs. So we don't want to abandon the crazy 7. Okay, so we lost, so we'll go to banker. Okay, we lost again, so we're going to go and do round 2. So it's really easy to remember. Round 2, each side gets 2. Okay, we'll go. Now here, because we're in profit, I'm just going to do $50. Do you see that? Just because we're in profit. All right, you see? So we got back that 160 that we were up. So it's like we're starting all over again. Okay, we're going to lose. We'll go to banker. Okay, we're going to get the win. Okay, what does that mean? It goes back to the beginning. We get the win. Okay, we get, nope. We lost 8 to 9. Okay, so we got to move here. Okay, we're going to lose again. It doesn't look like banker can get on really any rhythm right now. Okay, so we got to go back to player for round 2. Let's just do $100. Okay, we're going to lose. We got to go twice here. Let's go 200. There we go. All right, so we actually increased our profits. Even though we lost a lot of times, we still increased our profit. So one of the beautiful things, I'm trying to get a lot of my craps subscribers that watch me and, love the game of craps. I'm trying to convince them and get them more involved with Baccarat as well, because Baccarat is such a great game. It's such a high win rate, and you only have to really be successful 1 out of every 3 or 4 bets. Now, if you take the training, you actually can be successful 1 out of every 8, as long as you abide by the rules of how to do that. Okay, so let's go ahead and keep going. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? That's pretty much what you'll learn on the switch strategy. Is you've got to go by those rules. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But if it is broke, you've got to fix it. Okay, back-to-back ties, guys. Okay, we're going to lose, so let's move over to banker. And I'll teach you guys a little trick here. Okay, I'm going to teach you a really good trick. Well, it's not a trick. It's definitely not a trick. Trick is the wrong word. I'm going to teach you good advice. The good advice is this. When you're playing this game and you are kind of going back and forth, but you're only up, we were up about $254. And then we lost 2 in a row. And then what happens is we get to this particular moment when we're playing where 99% of you, I repeat, 99% of you will play this hand. 99% of you. What are we going to do in this particular situation? We are up $200. We just lost 2 in a row, which we know is going to require us to go up on our bet size so we can get back the $75 that we just gave back. We were up actually $275 or $280. We chose not to take that money. And now we have $207. That's more than what we started with, and we've only been playing for about 10 to 12 minutes. 99% of you guys are going to continue to play. You're in the casino, you're having fun, and you know you're up, you're happy about being up, but it's not good enough for you. You want more money and you want to keep playing. And what that means is that you're not playing to make money. You're not playing to be somebody who's building a bankroll. You're doing it because you're treating it like a hobby and you're doing it more for fun, which is perfectly fine, but not if you're trying to actually do this as a financial opportunity. So what would I do? What I would do is I would leave. I would cash out and I would leave right there. Now, some of you guys are like, well, I mean, I'm not going to go all the way to the casino for $200. I'm not going there to win $200. That's ridiculous. You know, those are the same people who end up losing on a session $1,200 to $1,500. And then when they're home, if I had a conversation with them and say, hey, how would you like me to give you back your $1,500 that you just lost? And I'm also going to give you $200 as a bonus. How much do you want to bet that every one of those people who refused to take the $200 would be all over that deal after they've lost the $1,500 and they're at home? So it would be a $1,700 swing in their pocketbook or their wallet. $1,700 difference. They would have the $1,500 that they lost back, and they would have the $200 that they could have taken right here, right now. It is not about the total amount of money that you won. It's about being a professional player, being able to have the ability to stop and feel good about yourself, taking the money and going home. Casinos hate me. They hate me for what I teach you, okay? They don't want you to listen to me. They want you going to that casino and continuing to play longer and longer until you lose. And even if you do win, you're just going to come back and go back to your habits in the long run, only until you get the discipline. So that is one of the biggest things that I have to help you guys. Not only all of these, great ways to beat them and put the advantage on your side through the training, but it's really too also about being your momenter to help you and understand the discipline that you need to be successful in this game. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. Not a great session at all, but a great video, and we're going home with $200, which is more than I had before I started. Thank you guys so much, and you have a wonderful day. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you can.